It's in every calendar, Sunday the first day of the week. But they tell black people, go to church Sunday. Because we don't ask no questions. Right. And we don't read. If we just went there and read the 10 Commandments, we'd be like, we straight. So that my question to Robert was, do you think anywhere in Raleigh are black people keeping the commandments? Because we talked earlier, keeping the commandments is how you show God you love him. He's our father. He left instructions. If you say, I love you, Pops, by saying, I did what you said. Pops, I cleaned the house. Pops, I stayed in the yard. Pops, I was in by 8. So God said, keep this day holy. Don't disrespect it. And then we come back like, y'all was doing the first day, Pops. Pops, why you mad? What's wrong? You understand? That's where we at now. We ain't doing stuff right because we learned it from our masters. Look on the flyer. You get a flyer? Let me get a flyer to this brother. Look on the front right here. That's us in slavery. You see that? Who the man driving the boat? Who that man with the whip? Who that man right there with the whip? That's the white man. Let me see it. Oh, sign already flipped. That's who gave us the religions that teach Sunday is the Sabbath. Baptists. Are you Baptist? Are you Mormon, Jehovah's Witness? Or you just are you a Christian at all? Yes, Christian. Usually it falls under one of these. White man, white man, white man, white woman, white man, white man. They all, except this one, say that, except the Adventists, say that Sunday is the Sabbath. You were taught that in 1608. Where were we in 1608? Were we free? We did what Master said in 1608. 1830, were we free? We was a slave, right? So guess what? Guess when our Sabbath was? Whenever Master let us stop working.
That's right.
You ever consider that? We stopped working whenever Master said it was okay. Master ain't want us to know that the Sabbath was Saturday. He wanted us in the field. He wanted us buying and selling, doing everything on the Sabbath day. You got more on that? Come on.
6 days shalt thou labor and do all thy work. But the 7th day is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God. In it thou shalt not do any work.
So my question again was, my man, come over here, bro. Let me holler at you, bro. How you doing, bro? Come on, fam.
Hey,
I know you walking, but you got time. My sister. Listen to us real quick. We're asking, does anybody in Raleigh keep God's commandments? And we're going over the Lord's Sabbath. Today is the Lord's Sabbath day. But we're going to go to church when? Tomorrow. So it says in the Sabbath day, we're not supposed to do what?
Thou shalt not do any work.
So we ain't supposed to work, right? Are we keeping that today? Are we keeping that law? Is anybody working in Raleigh today? My sis, how you doing?
Hey.
My name is Ray. What's your name?
Larissa.
Larissa? Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
So we're asking about the commandments. You believe in the Bible?
Yes.
So in the Bible, the 10 Commandments says keep the Sabbath day holy. What day is it?
Saturday.
Saturday, right? Are black people in Raleigh keeping the Sabbath day holy?
No.
No, we're not. First and foremost, everybody working. All these stores open. Most black people work in that store. They work in Bojangles, and they buying and selling. Give me that numbers. Got it? Watch out. Watch what else. Black people love a day off, don't they? But we want to work and be all out in the streets. On this day that God said, chill out. He said, rest. That's brainwashing. Read on.
Nehemiah chapter 10, verse 31.
This is the King James Bible.
And if the people of the land bring ware and any victuals on the Sabbath day to sell.
So ware and victuals is products, like a flea market or like a Kmart or Walmart. They got products for you to buy. Read.
That we would not buy it of them on the Sabbath.
So I'm not taught that. I've been in church my whole life. My first memory is looking at church lights. I was never taught I was supposed to buy nothing on Sabbath. Even if you say, okay, it's Sunday, don't we go out to eat right after church service?
Go to Golden Corral.
We go Golden Corral, Red Lobster, and eat all kinds of abominable foods that God don't like.
That's the Sabbath.
On the Lord's day. You see how they got us? We don't keep any of God's commandments, but we think we do. That's the most dangerous thing on earth. We think we're doing right. We got the zeal to serve God, but we've been misled by all oppressors. Not the personal. I know why these white folks ain't on that program either. But the powers that be, who are they? What color are they? White. So that's who it is. He don't tell the peons nothing, but we know the chief people up there, the Rothschilds, the Rockefellers, whatever, Bill Gates, Melinda Gates, whoever, they know what's going on. They said, I know what the Bible says. Make black people work Saturday. Matter of fact, make the club popping on Saturday. Matter of fact, make the clearance half off. Get the mall popping when? Is the mall popping on Thursday or Saturday?
So you're saying we shouldn't shop on Saturday?
No, I'm not.
Sabbath day.
The Bible says
Okay.
we should not. We read it one more time. You can look at it. Go ahead.
Nehemiah chapter 10, verse 31. And if the people of the land bring victuals or any bring ware or any victuals on the Sabbath day to sell,
So they're bringing something to sell to you.
that we would not buy of it on the Sabbath,
We will not buy it of them on the Sabbath.
or on the holy day.
We also have holy days, like new moons. Full moons, the Bible calls them new moons because when the moon was made, it was bright. It said the Lord made two great lights, right? So the new full moon is the new moon. You ain't supposed to do nothing on that occasion either. It marks the beginning of the biblical months. We're supposed to have so much rest. Why? For our mental health. Aren't we jacked up in the mind? We stressed out in the mind? Because we work too much. We work all the time to make a bunch of money that don't add up to nothing.
Give it to the pastor.
And we give it to pastor. We give it back to the white man that gave it to us.
But if we don't work, they make it hard for us to survive. So what
Yes.
do we do in that case?
You do work.
Right.
Remember what the commandment says. Go back to the commandment. The commandment tell you how to work.
Exodus chapter 20, verse 9. 6 days thou shalt labor.
Hey, come over here, fam.
6
Get a
days.
fly real quick.
6 days thou shalt
Come
labor
listen to us.
and do all thy work.
So we instructed Sunday through Friday at your discretion, work. You got all that time. That's plenty of time to make overtime. But guess what? The world has this condition where you only take a day off when he says it. Christmas come. Is everybody working? No, they shut it down.
They said.
Because they said that's the Sabbath. They said that's the Lord's day. Is Jesus' birthday on Christmas?
I don't think it is.
You don't think it is? What do you say, Robert? Is Jesus' birthday December 25th? That's a hard one, right? What say of you? Is Jesus' birthday December 25th?
That's what I was told.
That's what you was told. 100%. I believe that thing too. With no biblical evidence. Nowhere in any Bible does it say December 25th is Jesus' birthday. Is Christmas a good holiday then?
No, that's a pagan holiday.
It's a pagan holiday. Did y'all know that? Sister got knowledge. You knew it? Did you know it? Do you celebrate? You hang out with the family on Christmas?
I mean, I do, but I'm leaning toward not celebrating because
Okay.
I just feel like it's worth, like, what are we celebrating for?
Right.
For them to gain money.
Right.
For us to go out and buy their stuff.
You
and
100%.
they getting rich and we getting poor. You know what I'm saying? Going
I want
out
to
spending all
repeat what you said. But we celebrate it for them to get money, for them to get rich, and we get poor. We save up all year, put stuff on layaway for one day
Right.
to give our kids love one day. I'm going to help push you to what side you should choose with the Bible. Give me Jeremiah 10. Did you know the Bible specifically says, do not do Christmas?
Bring it out. Here we go.
Specifically, do not do Christmas. And we'll never talk. Watch this.
Jeremiah chapter 10, verse 2. Thus saith the Lord.
Oh, no, you start with verse 1.
Verse 1.
Huh?
Hear ye the word which the Lord speaketh unto you, O house of Israel.
We're the Israelites. We are the Jews. So God said, I got instructions for you. Everybody else gonna do what they're gonna do. Whatever. Here's what you need to do. Read.
Thus saith the Lord.
Huh?
Learn not the way of the heathen.
Heathen are any nation outside of blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. The people that went into slavery, that's the Israelites. Everybody else profited off what happened to us. Arabs. Look at the community. Who's in the community making money and not giving it to us? Arab man run these stores. The white man, he run them stores. Chinese man, he got a nasty dog food place everywhere that we eat out of. Selling us rat and dog and stuff. Cat. Those are the heathen.
That's right.
Come on.
Thus saith the Lord.
Huh?
Learn not the way of the heathen.
So you're going to see the heathen do their own stuff. God said, don't do what they're doing.
And be not dismayed at the signs of heaven.
So Robert said, don't be afraid of the signs of heaven. What's up in the heavens that people get intimidated by? They look for guidance from. What's in the sky that we look for guidance from?
Angels,
Not angels,
God,
not God. It's something that you can see. There's a bunch of them.
tree,
No, in the sky. Bunch of little lights.
oh, stars.
Stars.
Okay.
How do we follow stars? What's your sign?
So astrology.
Astrology.
Okay.
That's what those signs, Aries and Sagittarius, Cancer, that's some signs, and people have throughout time been afraid of the stars, the constellations. And that's why you go to the newspaper, it's a whole horoscope. You're going to have a bad day today. Stay away from Capricorn. Like, everybody getting the same doggone thing. A white man wrote it, a white woman wrote the horoscope, and everybody having the same day. That's pagan, that's evil. So God says, don't worry about horoscopes and all that stuff. Read on.
Thus said the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen,
Uh-huh.
and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven.
Relax. Don't look at all that and be intimidated.
For the heathen are dismayed at them.
White folks scared of that. Chinese man scared of that. Read.
For the customs of the people are vain.
I'm getting to the point. The customs, that means the traditions, the holidays of the people are what?
Vain.
Lies. These things they do are lies. Read.
For
Here's the custom they said is a lie.
one cut up a tree out of the forest.
All right, now let's use our brains here. What holiday do we have to go cut down a tree? Okay, let's see. Come on over. So, one do what?
One cut up a tree out of the forest.
It's all right, you take one, it don't matter. Listen to it. It's more important you listen to us than to think, oh, I'm ashamed because I'm drinking. Listen to us, we know what our people doing, come on.
One cut up a tree out of the forest.
So you go, this custom, you cut down a tree.
The work of the hands of the workman with the axe.
So it's not a small tree, you get your good sized tree.
They deck it.
They do what?
They deck it
Huh?
with silver and with gold.
What tree do we cut down and deck with silver? That means decorate. I heard a song. Deck the halls with blah, 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 blah.
It's the Christmas tree.
Is it not the Christmas tree? It's the Christmas tree, right? What did God say? But my man, before you leave, what did God just say to do about the Christmas tree? Did you do it? So what did he say? Reverse to it again. So we read, it's a Christmas tree. You deck it, you take silver and gold tinsel in the little balls. The balls are representative of slave heads. They used to put slave heads on the tree. That used to be the ornaments. Yeah, you was the Christmas present. You used to be given as a slave to a child. They got movies on it. 12 years of slave roots. You were the gift. You were the Christmas gift. Come on.
Thus said the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen.
So remember the point. Should we do Christmas? No. You should not do nothing with that tree. Nothing that's associated with that tree. Okay, I'm not going to get a tree. Don't do nothing. Why do we put presents under the tree? Keep reading. It's going to tell you.
Verse 5, they are upright as the palm tree.
In Florida, right here from Florida. Know they have palm trees? They decorate the palm trees. Originally, the Christmas tree was a palm tree. Now, is it hurt? I know. Don't run from it. You got to stop it. Watch.
But speak not.
It said they don't speak. Here's what's important. It said the tree don't speak. All right, my man. Check out the flower in the bag, bro. Come on.
But speak not. They must needs be born.
So don't worry about them talking to you. They need to be carried. That's what born means. Read.
Because they cannot go.
They can't leave. They can't move on their own. Watch.
Be not afraid of them.
Why would I be scared of a tree? Why would I think a tree could talk? Why would I be scared of it getting up and moving? Read.
For they cannot do evil, neither also is it in them to do good.
God telling you, don't worry, that tree's not real. It's not alive. That tree is a Babylonian god named Tammuz. Way back before Jesus. There's a man named Nimrod in Genesis. Nimrod had a son named Tammuz. The pagan custom is Tammuz was killed, cut into pieces, and resurrected as a tree. If you do not appease that tree by presenting a gift to it, it will come alive and kill and eat your family.
Unless you're bowing down to it. Right?
You bow down. You got to put it under. You got to bow down. That's serving the tree. We don't understand why. What I got to do with Santa? If Santa bring the presents, what we putting under the tree? Because it's pagan. And they just wrap it up and dress it up for Jesus. This gas station is hood. Well, we can put on it, what's the name of it? The nice one?
Wawa.
We can put Wawa on there. We can put Buc-ee's on there. That's a damn sitcom.
Right.
That's what we do at Christmas. It's a pagan holiday. We slap Jesus on it. And inside, it's just token nasty that gas station. Now, that's what we do, and that's why God mad at us. Because we have yet to discover where our sins is. Give me Limitations. Unless you got some. Limitations. Limitations 2:14. Limitations.
Are y'all coming back out here next weekend, or how I'm thinking?
We always out. We in different spots. Right now, you see us everywhere.
Okay.
But what's important, I know you ain't got a lot of time. Today's the Lord's Sabbath, right?
Yeah.
What are we supposed to do?
Right.
If we don't do it, rest. What else?
I don't know.
You don't know? What do you do on Sunday? What does everybody think they're supposed to do?
Go to church.
Go to church. That's called congregate.
Okay.
They got the wrong day. Whoops. Do it on Saturday with like-minded believers.
Right.
It's a commandment of God. We come together. But don't work. Don't buy and sell. There's other things that go along with it. You also can't cook. That's a form of working. What they doing at cookout? That's working. Same thing. You're supposed to already have food prepared. Get your little sandwich or something. You ain't got to cook a sandwich. Little cereal. That's what we do. Eat a salad. Give a digestive system some ease.
Leftovers.
Yeah, leftovers. You tear your stomach up just eating every day. You got to. Your body ain't made to work like that.
Right.
Your body ain't made to be processing stuff like that. And that's going to help our people. We already been doing it. And we saved a bunch of money by switching to the Sabbath.
Right.
They lure you out to these stores. So that's what you got to do. Give me that. Hey, what you got?
What limitations you want to give?
2:14.
Yes.
You go to a church?
I don't.
You don't?
I'm not a Christian.
Good. We ain't either.
Right.
We follow Christ, but Christianity is the devil.
That's
yeah,
right.
I believe he walked the earth, but I don't believe we should worship him. Like, I don't know. It's kind of hard to explain, but I don't believe that's our God.
Mhm.
Like, I pray to God and I believe in God,
Revelation 19:10.
but I don't feel like I got to go through Jesus to reach God. I don't feel like that's what I'm supposed to be worshiping.
You don't think so?
What?
Okay. You think he's white?
No.
You think he's black?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think black people were the original people.
I'm gonna show you. Give me John real quick. Yeah. Right where you at.
1920.
Yep. I'm gonna show you. You will, whether you know it or not, you already going through Jesus to get to God. Because how do you know of God? Would you know of God unless someone gave you something to read?
No, I don't know how I know
Like the God of the Bible.
I just feel like God is always with me. Like when I pray
Okay.
for things, he answers my prayers and things just be happening for me. Like I walk with him, like he walks with me.
I got you.
And I listen to him and he tells me what to do. Now I don't know for sure if it's a Jesus or not. I don't know, but I know like I don't worship him.
You ever done something wrong
Yeah,
and something bad happened?
Yeah.
Was God with you then?
yeah. Teaching me a lesson.
Yeah, God do everything for everybody. So we often take that and be like, God with me, I'm good. That don't mean that. That just means the same thing that good and evil happen to all men.
Right.
But I want to show you the difference of going through Christ. Because we preach Christ. You're already doing it when you read the Bible.
Okay.
When you use the Bible. Watch this.
Which one verse?
20.
20. Revelations chapter 19, verse 20. That's nothing.
Which is it 19 to 10? We talk about
That's worship
the
God.
word of God.
I'll go over
Worship
here.
God, yeah.
Worship God?
Yeah.
Okay.
The spirit of prophecy.
All right. Revelation chapter 19, verse 10. And I fell at his feet to worship him.
Uh-huh.
And he said unto me, see thou do it not. I am thy fellow servant and of thy brethren that have the testimony of Jesus.
So I have the testimony of Jesus. Guess what that is? The Bible. The Bible is the testimony of Jesus. Read.
Worship God.
Who worship?
Worship God.
Worship God.
For the testimony of Jesus is a spirit of prophecy.
You see where Jesus fall in? The testimony of Jesus, give me John 1:1, is the spirit of prophecy. So worship God. Yeah, everything you do, because Christ worshiped God. It go back to God. But you understand, when you touch the testimony of Jesus, you're already using him. He's already the way and the path. Because if you say, okay, I'm not going to use Jesus at all, you're going to close the Bible like the church has already done, like Islam done, like Oprah did, and say, there's another path I can get to heaven, another path I can get to the God. But you don't even know nothing about God. He killed the world one time with a flood. Where you read that at? Here. It ain't on TV. You can't Google it. The Bible tell you what God did, how mad God is, and what he requires of us. If we don't use this, we don't know how to please him. We don't know how to love him. Now, John 1, give me that 14.
John chapter 1, verse 14.
Watch this.
And the word was made flesh.
The Bible, the Old Testament, all of that, the New Testament, was turned to flesh
The word was made flesh and dwelt among us.
and lived among us.
And we beheld his glory. The glory as the only begotten of the Father, full of grace and truth.
Who that? Who's that? Who's the only begotten of the Father? Who's the Son of God? Jesus. The Word was with God in the beginning, and it was with God, was God. But guess what? When it was sent to earth, it was made flesh. That's Christ. Then guess what? Christ, when he came, he said he sent the Comforter to us to teach us. That's the Bible. That's him. Give me John 6:63.
So Jesus was sent here to guide us to, do right.
More than that. Yes, when Christians stop there. He is the example. 1 Peter 2, I think. He is the example to follow after. A man was able to keep all God's commandments perfectly.
Right.
God said, do that. You thought it was hard? Here's my son, a man. He wasn't a God himself. He wasn't God. He was the Son of God. This regular man did everything I told him. You can do it too. It's not impossible. That's Christ's purpose. That's how we follow him. Got it?
Yes.
Watch it.
1 Peter chapter 2, verse 21. For even hereunto were ye called, because Christ also suffered for us.
A dual meaning behind Christ. he also suffered and put his life on the line to take us out of the old covenant of sacrificing animals.
Right.
And we still got to keep the commandments, but we no longer kill a goat when we sin. Now, his body's already dead so that we get mercy when we mess up. Not that we can mess up all the time like church states. No. Now we know, okay, I did, give me something.
I stole.
broke the Sabbath. I stole.
I can repay now.
I can repay because I got Christ. Back in the day, if you stole, get the goat. Or if you murdered somebody,
I broke the Sabbath.
You broke the Sabbath, you died.
It's death.
Right now, you're breaking the Sabbath. Because you got Christ, you don't have to die. God's not looking at you like that. He's like, you better accept Christ. You better follow his example, or I'll kill you. But back then, if you broke the Sabbath, the man picked up sticks to cook, and they put him to death. Like that. Why? Because there was no mercy back then. There was no Christ. Go ahead.
Verse 24. Who is...
No, finish 21.
Verse 21. For us, leaving us an example that we should follow his steps.
Christ is the example for us to follow his steps. Whenever people claim to be Christian, means I do what Christ did.
Right.
Now give me what you got.
Verse 24. Who his own self bare our sins in his own body on the tree, that we, being dead to sins, should live unto righteousness.
Being dead to sins means Romans 6:13. Means sin don't got control over you no more. You gonna sin. We still make mistakes. We still. But guess what? It don't got control over me. Like I might have been a manhole in the world. I ain't a hole no more. Because what? I got control. God got control. Instead of the sin, I wake up sinning. That's what our people do. They wake up on dope. They wake up adulterers. You ever get with a dude and all he can do is cheat? Because what? Sin reigned over him. You got me?
Verse 14.
Give me verse 1.
Verse 1.
I'm going to show the difference. You need Christ because he is that thing in between you and God's judgment.
That's right.
Because God been done dealing with Israel. He said in Isaiah, I'm finished with all of you. I'm going to kill all of you. And he said, I'll send my son. Listen to him and you live. Watch it.
Romans chapter 6, verse 1.
Watch it.
What shall we say then? Shall we continue in sin?
Should we keep sinning? Should we keep breaking the Sabbath? We go to the churches and we tell them you're here on the wrong day. We show up physically. Wrong day. They're like, nah, y'all don't know what you're talking about. I went to theology school. But it's so clear. 6 days shall you labor. So guess what? They spitting on grace. Shall we keep living in sin because we got grace? God, maybe it means Christ.
God forbid.
No. Don't keep sinning because you think you got Christ.
How shall we that are dead to sin live any longer therein?
That's what it means to be dead to sin. You can't be like, I can sin now. He already paid the cost. I'm already forgiven. No, that ain't what that verse said. It said if you dead to sin, you don't live in it no more. That means, what it said? Matter of fact, what it said?
Just disobeying God, like not following his commandments.
Perfect. That's it. Not following his commandments. So if you were to stop sinning, that means you're starting to
disobey God.
No, if you were to stop sinning.
Oh, stop sinning. Then I'm obeying God.
Obeying his what?
His commandment.
Perfect. To keep the commandments is to stop sinning. To sin is to break the commandments. There's either or. You don't do both. You're actively trying to do all of one or all of the other. And that's the difference. And Christ is the difference to make it. Because his grace is buying you time to get it together, to be perfect. We must be perfect. Do you believe that?
Yes.
We must be perfect. You got? Yeah, not yet.
I appreciate y'all, but I got to take my groceries home.
You do? Okay. All right, let me leave you one more. Psalms 19:7. Now, we could go from the top to the bottom. The way we change our people, the way we change ourselves, we started to keep his commandments. If you look even how we dress. You see this?
Yes.
What are these?
I can't think of the word.
Fringes.
Yeah.
It's in Numbers 15:38.
Okay.
For the children of Israel to wear fringes in the borders of their garments.
Right.
And put a blue ribbon upon it. Changing the dress code. I didn't dress like this my entire life. God said dress like that in Numbers 15:38. I started to do it.
Okay.
Am I sinning or am I keeping the commandments?
Keeping his commandments.
All right, so guess what? He did it. And we wearing our regular clothes too. They just ain't purple. Our wives do it. What do you think women have to change to achieve perfection? Give me that real quick. I'm going to let you think about it. Read that real quick.
Psalms chapter 19, verse 7. The law of the Lord is perfect.
All the commandments is perfect.
Converting the soul.
When you keep the commandments, your soul changes. Not just the outward, your soul changes. What have we ever seen that changes a man's soul? Nothing. God said keeping the commandments do what?
The law of the Lord is perfect.
Read.
Converting the soul.
Evil soul convert to righteous.
The testimony of the Lord is sure.
That's Christ. That's his Bible.
making wise the simple.
You might be simple in the world. Keeping the commandments makes you what? Wise.
Yeah.
Wise. Because guess what? The opposite of wise is simple.
Yeah.
Dumb, stupid. Keep doing the same mistakes. Keep getting with the same no good people.
Keep getting the same results.
Keep going to jail. Keep going to prison. Keep selling dope. Keep abandoning your children. But God's commandments say, marry, no adultery. God's commandments for the dress code. Look at our sisters. Not just you. Look at our sisters. How do they dress?
Terrible.
Terrible. What would make them perfect? Give me that Deuteronomy. What would make them perfect?
Basically covering up more, respecting themselves more.
Facts. Covering up more, but it's a gray scale. It's like, what do I cover up? You might think you covered up. Another sister, she might come with the crop top and be like, I'm covered up. You don't see my areolas. I'm straight. Another one might come with booty shorts, but she got a long sleeve shirt on. She's like, well, my top covered up. You just see my butt. Which one is right?
Right.
So we got to go to where to find out which one's right.
Gotta go to the Bible.
Perfect. We're gonna go to the Bible. Deuteronomy real quick. Watch this right here.
Okay.
And again, we're not just talking about you. We're talking about
Okay.
all our sisters. We
That's
know
right.
it takes time.
Deuteronomy chapter 22, verse 5.
And the scripture will come our brothers. Come on.
The woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man.
So put a pin in that. We'll come back to it. Women don't wear what belongs to a man. Read.
Neither shall a man put on a woman's garment.
Let's talk about that. A man shouldn't wear a woman's garment. What's that talking about?
Cross-dressing
That they do.
right.
What are they wearing though?
Women, everything a woman wear, they wearing.
Right. Like, give me an example.
Dresses, heels.
Dresses. That belongs to a woman, right?
Yeah.
So why is they got pictures of Young Thug? Give me some everybody. Every comedian that's black has wore a dress.
Right.
Except Dave Chappelle. Everybody else, and they try to kill him. They try to kill his career over there. Kevin Hart wore a dress. Doggone big old The Rock.
Martin
Wayne
Lawrence.
Johnson wore a dress. Martin Lawrence wears a dress every time he
Tyler
gets.
Perry.
Eddie Murphy. Tyler Perry made a career off cross-dressing.
He did.
And he the most church holier than one sitting in TD Jakes' front row.
He lay hand on me.
Lay hands on TD Jakes. But he put on a dress for fun. But God says, don't wear what?
Neither shall a man put on a woman's garment.
Like you said, a dress, heels. Now go back to the top.
The woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man.
So then, likewise, a woman shouldn't wear what?
What men wear.
Right. Give me an example.
Suits, ties, hats.
What should she wear?
You said what shouldn't she?
What should she wear?
I don't know.
Well, you said a man shouldn't wear
Man shouldn't wear skirts and dresses and stuff. Like
So a woman should wear-
Okay. Gotcha.
This is either or, right?
Yeah.
Somebody got to wear it.
Yeah.
Is it the man? No.
No.
So who got to put it on?
The woman.
That's so spiritual.
That's right.
Because guess what? When a woman run in the house, what do they say? She wear
The pants.
that means she's in the driver's seat.
Right.
She in the man's role.
Right.
It's very spiritual.
I got you.
That's why everything's out of order.
Right.
It's not our fault. We ain't know. The man that run the planet said, y'all can wear pants now. In the 60s. It's about in the 60s. Women never wore pants prior to the 1950s, 60s. The women's liberation movement brought pants. White women. Amelia Bloomer specifically. You can look her up. She brought forth burning the bras and all that. Lesbians, all that stuff.
Shalom, Israel. This is Bishop Nathaniel. I want you to know that you can view all our Sabbath classes live on IUIC TV. That's right, I said on IUIC TV. Download the app today. Shalom. What is the nation?
Nation is men leading by example. Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is children with role models. Nation is unity. Nation is you.
And finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord
His word